Hold on to your cybernetic kneecaps, fellow gamers, because we're taking a crash course into the brutal brilliance of Slave 0x. Whether you're a seasoned cyborg slayer or a fresh-faced recruit venturing into Megacity S1-9 for the first time, this is your one-stop shop for everything you need to know about this action-packed biopunk adventure. So, crank up the synthwave soundtrack, polish your plasma blades, and let's dive headfirst into the neon-drenched abyss of Slave 0x. The year is dramatic pause while ominous synth music swells 2209. Megacity S1-9, a concrete jungle crawling with inequality and despair, crouches under the iron fist of the tyrannical sovereign Khan. This ain't your grandma's dystopia, folks. We're talking biomechanical nightmares called slaves, sentient weapons of war kept leashed and hungry. Sounds like a real picnic, right? Enter our protagonist, Shou, a brooding swordsman with a score to settle and a seriously cool katana. Driven by vengeance, he fuses with a stolen slave prototype, becoming a hulking hybrid known as Slave 0x. Think Wolverine meets Gundam, with a dash of angsty anime protagonist for good measure. But Shou's not just out for revenge. He's determined to overthrow Khan and dismantle the twisted system that breeds suffering. Cue epic clashes against cyborg hordes, pulse-pounding chases through neon-lit alleyways, and enough explosions to make Michael Bay jealous. Slave 0x ain't no cakewalk. This is a fast-paced, combo-driven dance of death where mastery means the difference between a glorious victory and becoming another cog in Khan's machine. Imagine weaving together acrobatic swordplay with devastating biomechanical abilities. Think Dante from Devil May Cry took a dark vacation in a biopunk nightmare, and you're on the right track. String together stylish attacks, juggle enemies like fleshy pinballs, and unleash devastating special moves that'll leave your foes begging for mercy, which you won't give, because let's be honest, mercy is for the weak. But it's not all hack and slash. Prepare to solve environmental puzzles, navigate treacherous platforms, and unravel the secrets of Megacity. It's a roller coaster of action mixed with brain-teasing challenges, ensuring you're never bored, unless you get stuck on a particularly tricky puzzle, then yeah, maybe a little bored. The world of Slave 0x is a love letter to classic cyberpunk and biopunk aesthetics. Imagine Blade Runner meets Akira, with a heavy dose of grimy industrial landscapes and neon-drenched underbelly. Every corner hums with the oppressive weight of Khan's rule, but also with the embers of rebellion flickering in the hearts of the downtrodden. You'll meet a cast of memorable characters, from the enigmatic AI companion guiding Shou to the motley crew of rebels fighting for freedom. There's even a sassy talking gun, because why not? This isn't your average grim and gritty experience. It throws in some humor and charm to keep things from getting too bleak. Forget button mashing. Slave 0x demands precision and strategy. Your primary weapon is the ever-faithful katana, offering swift strikes and satisfying combos. Chain together light and heavy attacks, weaving in dodges and parries to create elegant sequences of destruction. Mastering this dance is key, as chaining attacks builds your fury meter, unlocking devastating special moves that'll leave enemies begging for their robotic CPUs to be reformatted. But Shou's not all samurai swagger. His biomechanical side grants access to devastating slave abilities. Unleash shockwaves that clear swathes of foes, launch yourself into aerial assaults, or summon razor-sharp tendrils to impale unsuspecting enemies. Each ability has its own unique properties and combos, offering a tactical playground to experiment and unleash your inner biopunk beast. No hero shines without worthy adversaries, and Slave 0x delivers a grotesque orchestra of enemies to test your mettle. From lumbering cyborg brutes to agile ninja bots, each foe demands a different approach. Learn their attack patterns, exploit their weaknesses, and use the environment to your advantage. Some enemies require specific tactics, like disabling shields or exploiting environmental hazards. This isn't just mindless slashing. It's a strategic ballet of steel and circuits. The true tests of your skill come in the form of towering, grotesque bosses. Each encounter is a unique spectacle, demanding mastery of everything you've learned. Learn their attack patterns, dodge their telegraphed moves, and exploit their weak points with surgical precision. These battles are exhilarating tests of skill and reflexes, pushing you to the limit and demanding flawless execution. Adding another layer to the combat experience is the heart-pounding soundtrack. Synthwave beats pulsate with the rhythm of your attacks, building tension and excitement as the fight intensifies. Every clash of steel, every explosion, every roar of a defeated enemy is punctuated by the soundtrack, creating an immersive and exhilarating battle experience. The road to becoming a biopunk maestro isn't without its challenges. Here are some tips to help you dominate the battlefield. Experiment and practice. Each weapon and ability has its strengths and weaknesses. Experiment to find your preferred combat style and practice chaining combos to maximize damage. Know your enemy. Study each enemy type, learn their attack patterns, and exploit their weaknesses. Don't go charging in like a headless cyborg. Embrace the environment. Use environmental hazards like explosive barrels or electrified floors to your advantage. Sometimes, the environment can be your most powerful weapon. Don't neglect upgrades. As you progress, you'll unlock upgrades for your weapons and abilities. Invest in those that suit your playstyle and enhance your combat prowess. Our cyborg samurai, Shou, isn't just fueled by a singular thirst for revenge. His journey through Megacity S1-9 becomes intertwined with the struggle for freedom against the tyrannical sovereign Khan. He encounters a ragtag band of rebels fighting for a better future, their ideals clashing with his personal vendetta. This tapestry of personal and political conflict creates a compelling narrative that keeps you invested until the final circuits fry. The world of Slave 0x isn't just a backdrop for combat. It's a living, breathing entity with its own history, secrets, and lore. As you explore the neon-lit alleyways and towering corporate skyscrapers, you'll uncover remnants of the past, hidden agendas, and whispers of conspiracy that tie directly to the game's central themes. Don't just mindlessly hack and slash. Pay attention to the environmental details and conversations with NPCs, for the story unfolds in every corner of this oppressive metropolis. While Slave 0x paints a bleak picture of a dystopian future, it doesn't shy away from